Hi there, Ketsi. I want to thank you for coming and expressing some interest in the art department and in learning a little bit about our photography program. So my name is Doug, and I work with the art department here. And I'm really just here to answer any questions that you might have about the kind of services and the kind of courses that we do in photography and what's available and possible for students. So I don't know if you have any specific questions that you want to start with.
Well, I'll be taking general classes my first 2 years until I become a photography major and then start taking photography classes? Or how
Actually, the
exactly
way
does
the
that work?
photography major works is you take courses kind of throughout the whole course of your semester. And some of the classes within the photography minor, and we actually only provide a minor. We don't have a major in photography. It's kind of housed under the art department. But some of those courses meet the requirements for your general ed credits. So for example, like one of the courses you have to take is Intro to Art. And that would be one of the requirements for general ed, no matter what your major was.
During my first 2 years here, will I be able to take some of my photography classes during the summer?
Yeah, some of these courses are definitely offered during the summertime. And maybe I can kind of show you a list and you can look through what the courses that are required so you can have a better sense of that. I'll just go ahead and take a few moments to look at that. Do you have a question?
I haven't had any experience yet with film-based photography and working with darkrooms, but I have worked with digital photography. I couldn't say really what I like best because I haven't had all the experience. But what if I start taking the classes and realize that I really don't like it? Is it easy to drop it, or what are my options then?
Certainly, there are lots of students who do that, who kind of get a taste of something and decide it's not really something that they want to pursue. And what's nice about some of the photography courses is that they could meet certain requirements that really you could kind of take with you no matter what your minor or major was. So if you decided to go to another field, it wouldn't necessarily mean you had to go extra years of college. So you said that you've done a little with digital photography, is that correct? But you haven't done anything with darkrooms, or is that something that interests you, is doing some of that kind of the more film-based stuff, working with darkrooms?
I'm really interested in the old-fashioned film-based photography, yeah. Not so much the digital that I've been used to. I've been working with digital photography, but the film-based photography really has always been really interesting to me. And I wanted to know, honestly, what your thoughts were on job opportunities for film-based photography. Will there be
Well,
jobs
I
available
think,
for me,
even
or
though
would
the
that not
film
get sponsored
photography
funds?
is kind of an old-fashioned technology, as you said, it's still, lots of people are using it, and lots of interesting things are being done with it. And so that's why we have such a large part of our component is really focused on that film-based stuff. And we have the digital thing as well, so that people can get an opportunity to do both kind of the old and the new. I think that there are lots of good opportunities for working as a photographer. And I think, there's kind of things like working with newspapers, but you can use photography in all sorts of positions. Like, do you have something that you're interested in as a major? So like the
What do you
photography
mean
is a
major?
minor, so you would need to have something else like teaching or an art major or business that would go along with the photography. Is there something else that you're kind of interested in?
Well, I really wanted to start with photography, and then if I decided I didn't like it, maybe switch to language arts teaching.
I think the thing about photography is lots of other professions can really use it. So for example, if you were to decide to go to become a teacher, you might incorporate photography into your classroom, working with students to do projects, or if you were going into business, you might take pictures for your business and use those and kind of publicizing what you're doing. So I think it's a real, whether you work specifically as a professional photographer or you take those skills with you to your other fields, I think it's really a good skill to have.
So if I decide I want to become a professional photographer, I'm worried about the communication barrier that I would face. Say I'm working with people and they don't understand what they need to do. I can't always have an interpreter with me. So do you think my deafness could have a negative impact on my career?
To be perfectly honest, I've never had an experience where I worked with a deaf photographer before. So I don't know exactly how that would work. Though I think probably a lot of the communication that needs to happen could happen with gestures and kind of setting, getting people in the right place. So I think that would be a possibility, but, just to be perfectly honest, I just have never had that experience either. So, my phone is ringing, so are there any other questions that you have about this, or is that?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Well, I really appreciate your taking the time to come in today and talk with me about this, and I hope that I've answered your questions.
Yeah, I think you really cleared a lot up for me today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.